Hi guys, it's a faculty Ranganathan SVN Kondala, and I'm again back with another series of history current affairs. Today's session will be obviously discussing one personality and one very important event which might have actually happened in the recent past. For history, for prelims 2023, I'm actually covering all the history, current affairs, personalities, events, important, significant historical places, constructions, any bills or any political aspects of Indian history that you need to know for your prelims 2023. Now, my name is Ranganathan SVN Kondala, and I teach on Unacademy Plus. You can always subscribe to my courses completely. You can get also access to Unacademy by using my code Shrivenar, that is SRIVENR. RIVENR. Having said that, let us see the first discussion for today. Recently, in history current affairs, there's one place has been coming in news a lot. Is the Sisupalgarh. Now, Sisupalgarh is actually located very close to Bhubaneswar in Odisha. Sisupalgarh is a place very close to Bhubaneswar in Odisha. It was once capital of the Kalingas. Kalingas were the ancient rulers of Odisha. And Shishupalgarh is the ancient name. Kalinga is actually the ancient name of Odisha region. Shishupalgarh actually dates back as a Mauryan period, that is approximately 321 BC to 185 BC. Now, Mauryan kings had consistent fights or consequent enmity with the Kalingas, and Shishupalgarh was the capital or the central place of that Odisha Kalinga kingdom. Shishupalgarh is approximately 2000 years old, along with Rajagriha, Patliputra. Shishupalgarh is also a very important place. It is considered one of the largest and best preserved ancient fortifications in India. Like, see, there are other places like Kumrahar, Patliputra, which are no longer fortified, but Shishupalgarh is still very nicely, comparatively highly preserved. It was discovered in 1948 by Indian archaeologists B. Lal. Lal sir excavated this place. Now, Shishupalgarh is known for its fortification ground plan. In terms of design and construction, it's a completely square shaped construction that was surrounded by defensive walls. So it is actually like a square surrounded by large standing fortified walls. Each side of Shishupalgarh is spread over half a mile, approximately 4 square miles in terms of size. And the interior is full of stone ruins and sculptures. Shishupalgarh has a lot of constructions made of stone constructions, stone sculptures, and even stone constructions. The walls of the fortification are little over about approximately 30 feet, 9 meters, or approximately 30 feet high, and they are very tall and fortified walls. There are 8 gateways into the city of Shishupalgarh, and each on the 4 sides of the walls. So, since it's a square city, there are 8 gateways for the city. Shishupalgarh, if you observe, the gateways are connected to streets by grid-like arrangement with the palace to the center. From the palace to the center, they have this grid type connections, which is basically 90-degree or purely perpendicular model. The gates are elaborate structures made of brick and stone. Shishupalgarh, there is also evidence of stone-lined reservoirs. I mean, reservoirs which are paved with stone, sort of like a sealed waterproof reservoir that were likely used for harvesting rain water. Very intelligent traffic management, road management, pedestrian friendly pathways, grand gateways with guardhouses, wide roads, and a vast open space. Almost all that modern urban features that you observe today in any modern urban city was clearly observed in the Shishupalgarh of Kalinga. Shishupalgarh has also been recognized as Kalinga of Karavela and or Tosali of Ashoka. Ashoka period, they used to call it Tosali. This was after the Great Kalinga War of Ashoka. This Shishupalgarh area was literally known as Prachyapada or Kalingapada or Tosalipada. They used to call this Tosalipada or Prachapada or Kalingapada. And Toshali was the capital of Ashoka's the easternmost province. The construction of Shishupalgarh was based on Jaladurga, which is the concept very similar to Patliputra's, which in Odia is also known as Gadakhai concept. The Daladurga concept. Patliputra, if you observe, is mountains on one side and rivers on two sides. Same logic is this in Odia. This Jaladurga type of construction is generally known as Gadakhai. Jaladurga is a type of fort or Durga which must be situated within a water body like a virtual island. Shishupalgarh is divided into two categories, the Antardvipa, the inner island fort, and the Sthaladurga, that is the land fort. So Shishupalgarh has two parts, the inner fort and the outer fort, the Antardvipa and the Sthaladurga. Antardvipa is an island fortress surrounded by natural water reservoir, and Sthaladurga is surrounded by artificial moats or artificial, you can say, platforms. Artificial platforms exist in this place in Shishupalgarh. Shishupalgarh has always been very big place. See, another important current affairs which has been in news is as part of the personalities that we were discussing. I want to talk to you about Noor Jahan, the wife of Jahangir. In fact, one of the most important ladies in the Mughal dynasty. The only Mughal empress to have ever had coins minted in her name. Noor Jahan was known to have even saved her husband Jahangir from the clutches of rebel leader Mahabad Khan during Jahangir's period. Noor was the 20th wife of Mughal Emperor Jahangir. So Jahangir had 19 marriages and Noor was 20th. She was a woman of remarkable strength, courage, and also knowledge. She was possibly one of the most politically active women in the entire Mughal family, in the history of the Mughal family. She wielded great power, often presided with Jahangir in his court, and took part in the matters of the state. She was like almost an advisor to Jahangir in his day to day administration and his political aspects. Noor was originally born Mehrunisa, and Jahangir was not her first husband. Noor was previously married to Sher Afghan, one of the governors. At the age of 17, she was married to Sher Afghan Khan, a soldier in the Mughal army. The couple's daughter was Ladli Begum, who was born in 1605. Noor's father, she was the fourth child of Mirza Ghiyas Beg and Asmat Begum. So Noor was expert in Arabic, Persian. She was also well versed in arts, literature, music, dance, and I mean, look, her first marriage with Sher Afghan was not very sort of friendly. It was not a very good marriage. Marriage was originally arranged by Akbar himself, and it unfortunately ended in 1607 with Sher Afghan's death. At that time, Jahangir was the ruler, and Jahangir, emperor of Akbar, eventually fell to Noor Jahan even before her marriage with Sher Afghan ended. So, according to some accounts, Noor's first husband's death. But I mean, the people say that Jahangir had a major role to play in Noor's husband's death, but there is no historical evidence. After the death of Sher Afghan, Noor and Ladli Begum were brought to Agra in Jahangir's court as ladies in waiting, and eventually they became very, very close, quite influential in Jahangir's administrative behavior. In 1611, Jahangir met Noor Jahan at the age of 34 and in the palace bazaar, where he even proposed to marry her. After their marriage, Jahangir actually gave the title Noor Jahan, meaning light of the world. So her birth name is Meher un Nisa. Her birth name is Meher un Nisa. But after marriage, she was called Noor Jahan, the shining light of the world. She was the 20th wife of Jahangir, and also she had one daughter with with her first husband, Ladli Begum. Noor was very closely dedicated to Jahangir, and even Jahangir valued Noor a lot. In fact, Jahangir trusted Noor with the affairs of the state. Noor was quite smart. She was trained in affairs of the state. She knew how to behave in the kingdom. She knew how to play around with the kingdom and with the politics of the court. And she understood the Mughal code much better than than Jahangir. According to many historians, Noor Jahan was often seen in the Jharoka Darshans as well. See, Jharoka Darshan was actually a tradition where Mughal emperor used to come into public, meet common people in open, and talk and even have audience with the people. And she used to come to these Jharokas. She used to issue orders, and sometimes even without Jahangir, Noor used to play an independent role. And see, look, Jahangir was very badly addicted to luxuries of life like opium and alcohol and those sort of stuff. And Jahangir was often seen missing from the court. At one point in his rule, during his rule, Jahangir was completely missing from the Mughal courts, and Noor was the one who actually took responsibility of the courts. Her power, her expression of power was so strong. Such power in the hands of an empress at a time when women were actually always kept under the veil was in reality a novelty. And what Noor was doing was something sort of unheard and unseen in the Mughal history and even in the medieval history. I mean, this was something which was unseen and unheard. Noor probably was the only Mughal empress who had even coins minted in her name. She was a marksman. She was also trained in warfare, given that her father, Ghiyas Beg, was also himself in the Mughal service, and he trained Noor in all the sorts of political requirements of the kingdom in those days. No, she was known for her shrewd planning, her physical strength, and in fact, at one point, Noor was part of the Mughal junta. See, Mughal during Jahangir's period, the Mughal government was spread across different houses. Noor's brother, Asaf Khan, Jahangir's eldest son Shariar, then second son Khurram. So there was all people who were mixed up. See, Noor's brother was Asaf Khan. Asaf Khan's daughter is Mumtaz. Mumtaz was married to Khurram. Khurram was the son of Jahangir and Jodhabai, the queen of Jodhpur. So, Asaf Khan, Mumtaz, Khurram, Noor, Jahangir, all these people also had a very strong influence in the Mughal kingdom. So, that's why Jahangir ke period mein, the Mughal authority is commonly referred to as Mughal junta. Noor played a very important role in this junta. I mean, she was also able to rescue Jahangir from the clutches of one of the rebellions of Mughals under Mahabad Khan in 1626. In fact, after Jahangir's death in 1627, Jahangir's son from Jodhabai, also called Jagat Gosain, his name is Prince Shah Jahan or Khurram. Khurram actually became the king after a lot of internal fights, and Noor was forced to live in a mansion in Lahore along with her daughter. In fact, although Noor opposed Khurram all her life, she was given every sort of authority as the queen mother. During her period in Lahore, she oversaw the completion of Itmaduddaullah's mausoleum or a tomb, which would later be an inspiration for Taj Mahal in Agra. Ghiyas Beg only is called Itmaduddaulah, Noor's father. Noor Jahan died on December 17th, 1645 at the age of 68. Well, Taj Mahal was seen as an eternal symbol of love by Shah Jahan for his wife Mumtaz. Their love story was, according to historian, tailored by none other than Noor Jahan herself. Mumtaz, Noor's brother is Asaf Khan. Asaf Khan's daughter is Mumtaz, was eventually married to Shah Jahan. So Noor and Mumtaz's story, even today, remains one of the most significant stories in the chronicles of the Mughal history. See, when we study Mughals, always remember from time to time, Mughal kingdom always had one or the other female authority at every reign. Like for example, for Babur, it was Khanzada Begum, Babur's sister. For Humayun, it was Gulbadan Begum, Humayun's sister. For Akbar, it was the woman. And even Harika Ben, Akbar's wife. For Jahangir, it was Noor Jahan. For Shah Jahan, it was Mumtaz. So every time and again, these women in Mughal lives, mothers, sisters, daughters, wives, they played significant roles in the Mughal history and Mughal life. As we go in this series of classes, we'll be seeing more and more stories of these Mughal women and how they played a significant role in the Mughal life. That's it in this video for today, guys. Do subscribe to Unacademy Plus. You can use the subscription code Srivenar, SRIVENR. Get access to amazing free content by India's top educators. Also, you can get access to my classes. I teach Indian history. I'm currently running modern Indian history. You can always get access to these. History plays a very important role in your prelims. This Sunday, day after tomorrow, morning 11 a.m., do attend the combat tests. Combats give you quite a good access to India's best educators, providing question papers for your prelims test series. It also gives you an all India ranking. Combat is basically a prelims test series that we are doing on every Sunday morning 11 a.m. You can also access combat completely free with the code Srivenar, SRIVENR. That's it in this session, guys. I'll see you in the next session. You have a nice day. This is your faculty, Ranganathan SVN Kondala, signing off. Thank you. Bye-bye.